Hey guys, how are you today? Today is Wednesday. Y'all know Wednesdays is our Overcoming Spotlight Day. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Belize Samuels. I am a sexual transmitted disease life coach. Yes, I am an SD life coach. I help African American women between the ages of 25 to 45 years old living with herpes. I help them by helping them overcome the stigma by their mental, their physical, and their spiritual. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna jump right into this spotlight today. Today I have Jasmine on the phone. Say hey.
Hey, how everybody doing?
So I'm really excited to have her because, guys, she is truly my free spirit. That's what I call her. She is so free. She's so beautiful. You can feel it all over her that she's like, and she do yoga. So you know people who yoga, they free spirits. Okay. So with that being said, guys, I really want y'all to really listen to her because she got a very, very, very interesting story that you're probably like, what? I would never think she'll went through that, or even, I'll just say went through that at all, or even you wouldn't even thought that at her age. And on top of that, I want y'all to understand, if you relate to her, this is probably your story to relate to. This is the whole purpose of doing Overcoming Spotlight. I want you to relate to a story because a lot of us don't have enough stories for us to understand we're not alone. So that's why I'm getting so many amazing ladies together, and these women have businesses. Jasmine will explain what she do and things like that. So if you need her services or whatever, then you can reach out to her. So let y'all know I'm around entrepreneurs big time. So with that being said, guys, let's get started. So give us your name and your location or exactly where you were born.
Okay, my name is Jasmine Anderson, and I am located in Macon, Georgia, but I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm 23 years old.
I'm 23 years old. Okay, so tell us, how did you contract herpes? Or tell us your story.
Woo! My story is still kind of being pieced together sometimes, but originally I was diagnosed in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I contracted herpes from my husband, and I just found out this year that I didn't contract it from my husband. He doesn't even have herpes.
And when did you get married?
You said what?
When did you get married? How old were you when you got married?
I was 21 years old when I got married.
Okay. Are y'all still married?
No, I'm actually divorced.
Okay.
I was divorced last year. So my ex-husband, I thought my ex-husband gave me herpes, but he didn't end up giving me herpes. I actually just spoke because I always had this thought because I was dating this guy back in 2012, 2013, and he was in the military, so I came to go see him. We was kicking it. And one day while he was at work, something in my spirit told me to go look inside his drawer. So I looked in his drawer and I seen paperwork that said herpes positive. I went crazy at that moment. Like, I didn't know what to do, how to feel, what to say. Like, what should I say to him? Like, I was ultimately embarrassed. I didn't know how to handle that situation. So I just stopped talking to him. And I just rubbed it, put it under the mat, and I got tested instantly after that. But I wasn't knowledgeable of herpes, so I didn't know that just because I got tested right then that it didn't mean that I wasn't going to contract it. It was early. It was much too early. I got tested maybe like the same week that I found out.
I did the exact same thing. The exact same thing. So with that being said, that's interesting because that's what many people believe. You get exposed and you go get tested and you're going to find out yes and nay. That happened the same thing that happened to me. Similar situation, knew the guy for a while, whatever, kicking it. And literally he told me literally a week after, okay? He inboxed me through Black Planet and told me. And I was like, nah, bruh. And I got tested that same week. And it was too early, and it didn't come out until like 6-7 months later. So I want y'all to understand, and I'm sure y'all all have heard my story or see me on YouTube, and y'all see me, I have herpes, what I learned after. And a lot of y'all get confused because y'all thinking that, herpes don't show up that fast. I want to tell y'all one thing. I have heard thousands of stories, and I'm telling you, it's a virus. it functions differently in each person. Some people it's 2 days. Some people it's the next day. Some people it's months out. So my whole thing is I don't want y'all to get so wrapped up. I love the CDC. I love the health industry, but they don't understand how things function. Number one, because they don't even function, they don't even focus on herpes. So how can you tell me it's going to be the earliest is 2 to a week when we know that's not fully true when we talk to people? So my whole thing is, y'all think like, oh, well, that's not based off research. That's not true because research on herpes is not accurate. So if you want to be real, take the accurate from the people who are living with it and listen to their stories to know the truth, okay? I just want to clear that up because a lot of y'all think y'all know what y'all talking about and you don't. My whole thing, don't listen to what they say because they only telling you based off of statistics, okay? And most people don't tell the full truth when they're in a doctor's office. They just don't. We lie because we don't want them to judge us. So we don't tell the truth. We could have been dealing with outbreaks for a whole week, but we'll say, nah, I just found out today. Because that's what we do, guys. We are embarrassed when we go to the doctor, when we have an STD or anything's wrong with us that we felt like we can control, okay? So you explain your reaction. So, I mean, did you cry? Did you freak out? Like, what was your emotions?
My emotions were, because in life I've always been pretty much open. My mom taught me to be open. We were open with each other. So one thing that I was grateful for was the fact that I could talk to somebody about it. Oh, good. Because I actually have family members who have herpes. And I talked to one of my family members about it because I was confused, but I had a slight idea what it was because of her outbreak and how she dealt with it. So I'm like, oh, this may be this. So I reached out to her first, and I actually sent her pictures of it. She was like, I think that's what it is. I don't mean to scare you or make you feel this type of way, but I think that's what it is. But actually, what's interesting, I shouldn't have went there, but I panicked. I went to the emergency room, and they checked me out, and they told me that I had a real bad yeast infection. I got the medication. It did not work.
It intensified it. It intensified it. It aggravated it.
What are y'all doing? Like, how did you misdiagnose me with this?
You know why?
Real bad yeast infection.
You know why? You had a yeast infection too. You had both. And that's the reason why I want y'all to hear these stories, because most people are going to the emergency room and they're going to the doctor. These are the top 2 things that are being diagnosed. Well, the diagnosis they're stating that you have. They're saying you get a bad yeast infection or you got bacterial vaginosis. If you're getting a lot of yeast infections and you get a lot of bacterial vaginosis, ask them to test you for herpes. Because at the end of the day, you have those, but at the end of the day, you also have herpes, but they don't know it because they only see one symptom. Because we got to understand, when they go in there, they're taking a culture and they're looking under a microscope. And based off under that microscope, they see the bacteria. They don't see the herpes. Right. It's covered up to a certain extent. Correct, though. So they only going to treat what they see. So y'all got to understand, our doctors are going based off their eyes and not their knowledge. Or not their test results. They're going based off what they see. And honestly, we know we don't live by what we see. And that's a problem, that we're basing our whole life based off what a human being sees. Okay, so when you know for a fact it's something wrong with you, they don't know your body. They don't know nothing wrong with you. So my whole thing is go in there and demand what you want. Because at the end of the day, they will not give it to you because they think they know everything. And they don't, because they don't know your pain. They don't know what you're dealing with. So my whole thing is, if you don't like your doctor, if you don't like the hospital, we got millions. Don't ever settle and be mistreated. And if you are mistreated, report. Don't play them games. Report their behinds, okay?
I wasn't aware then, so I didn't know. And
I didn't either.
Embarrassed, and I didn't know what to do. At that point, I was just like, oh.
Right, you didn't want to talk no more.
Actually, I already told myself at that point that I had it, and even if they didn't say it. And then later down the line, I probably went when my insurance finally kicked in, because I finally got some benefits, because my ex-husband at the time, he was in the military. So I finally went in, and they said I had antibodies, and they told me to check back in within 6 months. But I never did, and I just got tested last year, at the end of last year, for herpes, and I mean, I already knew it because I already did the research and everything, and I just accepted it. But I got my official testing at the end of last year, and they said I had herpes.
Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what they meant by antibodies, because I'm sure everybody's like, what the heck is she talking about? So when you go to the doctor, they're going to tell you if you have been exposed or you officially have herpes. They determine this based off numbers. So what the numbers is, if it's below 1, then you got the antibodies, but you don't have herpes. You've been exposed to it. But if it's above like 3, then you have herpes. So if you're in between, which she probably was in between based off her numbers, and like, I need her to come back because we don't know for sure if she got it.
Right.
She just been exposed, so she in between. So just don't let them lie to you when they say those numbers don't matter. Yes, they do. You can go on to American Sexual Association, and they give you the information. I am ambassador for them, and I was ambassador of the month in November. So what that means, I know what I'm talking about. So what that means saying, guys, make sure you go there. They are #1 for educating us on herpes. No, they don't give us everything, but at the end of the day, they're the most updated and they're the most educated. I love the CDC, y'all. Y'all will never hear me. Well, y'all probably will sometimes, but typically y'all won't hear me say too many things bad about the CDC because they do what they do. But at the end of the day, they don't give us much information. The CDC focuses on things that is life-threatening and can affect a whole country. And I want y'all to understand that. And if until they see it's a threat, they're not going to take initiative. But the American Sexual Association say, hey, we're going to educate you and teach you how to do things. So my whole thing is, from now on, when you don't know something, don't run to the CDC if it's not worldwide to a certain extent, like Ebola or stuff like that. They were serious about that because they could kill a whole lot of people in a short period of time. That's why they're so serious about HIV, because it can kill a lot of people in a short period of time. So I want y'all to understand their purpose and not get so mad when y'all don't see stuff. And I was like that in the beginning. I used to get pissed, but I got to realize, what is their job? Their job is to worry about the world. And until we make it an issue, it's not going to be an issue to them, which we will make it an issue in 2017. So how did the herpes stigma affect you?
It affected me more so on an intimate sexual level.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, like, I didn't want to deal with nobody sexually because I didn't want to have to tell them that I had herpes and them shut me down or judge me or just belittle the whole situation and not understand and take me for who I was. I already automatically judged myself before I even gave myself a chance. So in the beginning, it was hard. It was very hard. I didn't I didn't feel no need to be intimate with anybody at that moment. But I was still with my husband for a while after we found out, and I appreciate him for still sticking with me even after he found out that he didn't have it and I still had herpes. So it was a little lighter for me because I was still with him. We actually didn't get separated till like months down the line. But I was alone for a minute in that department. I was open with my friends and stuff, but sexually, it was hard. It was hard.
All right. So with that being said, how did you overcome the stigma?
I just love myself, and I just refuse to let it just take over my life.
Say it.
Like, I got tired of just trying to, for what? Why am I just letting this take over my life? It's so many more bigger things happening. This doesn't even kill you. That's the main thing. Like, this is not something that's it's not as big as people make it seem like it is, but I just kept giving myself knowledge, kept looking into it, kept just opening up. The more I opened up with whatever, with whomever, the more I just knew that I deserved more. So I just went out there and got more. And I actually got in a relationship where I actually told him about it, and we was together, and he accepted me. We went through some stuff because the way I went about it, I did it a little backwards a little bit, but I still remain open with him, and I was actually...
What do you mean backwards? Don't brush past that. What do you mean backwards?
You said what?
What do you mean by backwards? What did you do?
Okay, I was still dealing with the process of telling somebody that I had it.
Okay.
So I had sex with him, and I told him after the fact, which was a no-go for me, and I've learned from there, and I would never do that again. But we still remained in a relationship, and we still was open, and that set us back a little bit because he felt like some trust was lost in that moment.
Oh, stop right there, Jasmine. Stop. This is what I talk about on a daily basis, right? In the group. Why not to wait till after? Men are trust driven. When you take his trust away, he can care less if you dying. You killed the trust.
I know.
So that's why you always tell them up front, so he can keep the trust.
Ultimately ended in the end because he tried to get over it, but he couldn't get over that.
He didn't trust you. So, ladies, this is very important. That's why I told her to elaborate, because I knew it was trust. And I want y'all to hear this from somebody who did it, because at the end, and I have done it, and I lost a person trust, and they didn't want to talk to me anymore either, and it hurt. But at the end of the day, I was wrong for doing that, because I allowed, and Jasmine and Top, we allowed our fear to keep us from being honest with a person that we so-called say we care about. If you care about a person, you do the things that hurts, you do the things that's hard. But if you don't care, you put them on the line. Because you say one thing, but you're doing another. Actions are louder than words. So with that being said, I want you ladies, if you doing this, to stop. And you need to reach out to me. I do have a disclosure session. It's 30 minutes. And you'll talk to me for 30 minutes. And number one, I will help you get your confidence up. That's your problem. You don't have no confidence. When you have your confidence and you got your story together, then you won't have no problem. If he say you tell you no, fine. You're not tripping because you are okay with who you are. But if you're still struggling to figure out, which Jasmine was, figuring out kind of how it happened, and things have changed for her. She's not married anymore. She's still kind of shaking with her identity a little bit. So it was still hard for her to understand. I don't have a husband anymore. I'm out here single. It's different. My husband accepted me. He loved me. He was going to be there regardless. Now I got to start over. Now who am I? Am single. That's hard. Like, at the end of the day, it's not an easy thing. And it depending on how y'all even broke up anyway, which I'm probably sure it's probably not this anyway, typically. So with that being said, it's so much to it. And I want y'all to understand, if you're doing that, don't do it anymore. You can get through it, but I'm telling you, if y'all can make it, you're going to have to show him so much. You're going to have to dang near kiss his butt to get that trust back. And I'm telling you, it's going to take you a long time. And don't get frustrated, don't get aggravated, because honestly, you did that. And you didn't have to. So like I said, you can reach out to me to do the disclosure session. You'll go to bit slash capital H help. So that'll be helped, but make sure it's capital H, me disclose, and we'll talk, and that's a $25, and you can do that. Okay, next question is, what is your relationship status now? Where you at, girl? Who you with?
I am single, and I will be for a long time now.
And what's
this relationship really opened my eyes to a lot, and my standards are extremely high. So, like,
why not?
I'm in love with myself right now. I'm dating me. That's who I'm with.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's another thing. Can you speak on being single and being happy with herpes?
It's actually beautiful. Like, sometimes, like, I know I have it, but I don't feel like I have it.
Right.
It doesn't really determine who I am, and it doesn't get in the way of my happiness, because I'm happy regardless, and I create my own reality with my thoughts, my feelings, with how I go about certain days, just embracing what feels good, and that only. And even if something doesn't, and it's a part of my life, making it feel good. Like, I make me happiness feel good, because, I mean, why not? It's here. This is what you have at the moment. Right now, we don't have a way to get rid of it. It's coming soon. So why not make the best of it?
Say that again. It is coming soon, y'all. It's coming soon. But my whole thing is, I believe it's one already here, but a lot of y'all are not mentally prepared. We are. We're in a better space.